Hey y'all. Happy Wednesday. A whole day before the new episode comes out. Oh my gosh. So welcome to Rachel Zoe and Mo the Ho. We got the season premiere, Beverly Hills. Again, I am a Kyle apologist, so if y'all don't like that, thumbs down me. Like move like honestly. But didn't Bethany Frankel once tell Kyle, or maybe it was Renna, that if they were going to take a shot at LVP, they better not miss? Don't you think Sutton should have heeded that advice when she started going after Kyle about her marriage? That's also why Dorit's on her shit list. So, anyway, because they are for sure coming for Sutton now. Everybody had their talking points and they seemed to stick to it down to Bose. So, yeah, you're not a reliable narrator anymore, sweetheart. Anyway, and I'm not sure how I feel about Rachel Zoe, but I like that she is willing to mix it up right out of the gate, for sure. All right, let me grab my tinfoil tiara. Check it out. Oh, Kyle is done with Dorit. I said this last season, and she has been ever since Dorit brought up Kyle's marriage on camera in the car. And that was like 2 seasons ago, right? That was the unpardonable sin. If we're allies, you don't get to bring up shit like that on camera for your little moment. So I think that's what happened. And I think she's leading Dorit on a little bit, acting like they're cool, because she knows that she can point Dorit and Sutton at each other. Total conspiracy theory here. And she's trying to hide her hands, but she's really not doing that great of a job. So, usually she's a little bit more, but she's not being quite snaky enough. Anyway, onto the show. Take that silly thing off. So we start with the glamour shots of the ladies. Am I supposed to believe that Erica washes her own car? Because she's never washed a car in her life unless it's been for a video. Anyway, we are establishing that this is Beverly Hills and they are bougie and fabulous, which they are. Dorit goes to Bose's, gives her a $2,000 blanket. I personally would rather have the $2,000, Dorit. Also, what is it this week with the housewives and the voice notes? I said this on Salt Lake City with the rambling voice notes. Whitney to Justin and Dorit. That's just so funny. They talk about Dorit filing for divorce. I still don't care about her divorce, but this is her storyline, so here we are. She only speaks the best about her kid's father. Okay, I realized that she didn't necessarily say, "Oh, daddy's an alcoholic, honey bunch," but she did say on camera, on TV, that her husband was an alcoholic before he had come out like that himself. So, yeah, if you say it, that can hurt your kids. So get off your fucking high horse. Anyway, um, let's see here. What else? And also, when is she gonna wake up that the shit with Kyle has always been an alliance? That has never been a friendship to Kyle, and she needs to wake up. Anyway, then we get to Kyle at home with her girls. They're talking trash about Mo for being a hoe. And these are the times when I really love Kyle. I like to see her with her girls. Um, I like to see her more as authentic as she can be. And again, I'm a Kyle stan, but I realize that there is a degree of artifice all the time with her. Then we get Rachel Zoe. Now, I didn't watch her show, and I don't know much about her because I'm not I'm not a stylish like design that doesn't interest me that much. But she's at Kathy helping her pack for a trip. I mean, and this is what I got. They're upping the fancy with Rachel Zoe because her and Kathy together seem super fancy. Then we get Sutton throwing a luncheon for Reba. Like, Reba is a jump scare. Worse than Muzzy and her eyebrows, I think, personally. Anyway, Eric and Kyle make a crack about the main road. The luncheon kicks off. Kyle starts right off asking Sutton about Avi. Also, justice for Avi. Come on. I don't know what happened, but she better not talk shit about him. That's all I'm saying. And is it just me, or was half of this episode flashbacks? That seems lazy and indicates to me maybe they didn't have enough to fill the episode, or they're trying to stretch the season. Also, I think Avi is going on, what's her name, Anne, that was Sandoval's assistant and then later worked for Ariana. I think it's Anne. She's got a podcast called We Signed an NDA, and I think Avi's going on her podcast. I need to check that out. Anyway, so she talks about Avi, and then they bring out the queen, or my queen. They bring out their queen. They bring out Garcelle and act like they don't know she's gone. Also, Kyle spins this narrative the entire season that the only thing preventing her from being close to Sutton was Garcelle, and that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. First of all, Garcelle made Sutton more likable, not less. That's some bullshit. Anyway, also, what could possibly be grounds for an annulment of a marriage as long as Sutton's that resulted in 2 children? So I went down a little bit of a digital rabbit hole, and you can basically get it annulled if you allege that, like, even beyond like cheating or actual fraud, that some sort of procedure wasn't followed properly, and therefore the marriage should be null and void. Like maybe they skipped a pre-Canaan class or something, which is crazy. But anyway, or was it maybe just, you can buy indulgences, I think, with the church. Was it money talking? Kathy is a mess. She's cutting shit off her hat. She's a hot mess. Then they start in on Dorit. Kyle, you still talk to PK. Don't fucking lie. You talk to PK so you can keep tabs on Mo. Anyway, then we get Rachel and her son. Also, did she come on TV just to trash her ex? I don't know her ex, but in the flashbacks, he seems like kind of a dick. But that's, I don't trust, I certainly don't trust 32 Flavors. So anyway, then we get Erica at dinner with Bose, and I really did almost believe their friendship. And that could be just because they're smooth. I think that might be. Erica talks about her felon hubby and body shame Sutton. That was unnecessary. So I guess she's going full villain. I don't know. Now we have them getting ready for Kyle's party. And there's light shade being cast everywhere. But here are my biggest takeaways. Kyle, once again, how dare you blame Garcelle for the issues in your friendship with Sutton? That is some straight up bullshit. Rachel can bring it. I am interested to see who she ends up aligning with ultimately. Dorit, how fucking dare you say that Garcelle was being strategic in her friendship with Sutton? If anything, it was vice versa. Fuck yourself. If anything, I just said that Garcelle made Sutton more likable. So, no. And Sutton never had Garcelle's back the way Garcelle had hers. That's just it. So those were my biggest takeaways from the episode. I guess the hot girl summer can begin. Join me later this week. I'm going to start doing Jersey from episode 1. So we'll have a Meet the Wives sometime before Sunday is all I can promise at this point. Take care, y'all. Bye.